Hello and welcome to the 2024 Watches and Wonders special. Okay guys, we are on our way to Watches and Wonders. There's a lot of things to talk about this year. There's been a lot of controversy. So let's start unpacking a little bit of it. I don't want to have tunnel vision this year, okay? I want to obviously cover Rolex and Patek. It's very important, and of course we're going to do it. But I want to make sure that we're seeing the more obscure stuff. I don't want this channel to get tunnel vision, okay? So we're going to make sure that we cover absolutely everything. But of course, why are we all here? Let's talk about Rolex and Patek. So first up, Rolex, very controversial this year. A lot of you very unhappy with them. They're not thinking that the new releases are that good. Now, I'm an absolute sucker for the new releases, but I wouldn't be doing this for a living if I wasn't excited about new watches, okay? However, I will say that I agree with you in a lot of ways, such as the new GMT. I do find it slightly underwhelming, and that's coming from someone who grew up, the first ever Rolex I bought was a 116710 LN, so I have such an affinity to the black GMT, and I think that the bezel is cool, but I think they've slightly let us down this year on the stainless steel releases. We didn't get the Coke, which everyone was crazy about. Again, I'll be totally honest, because I always will be on this channel, I prefer the Pepsi anyway, so you know, I wasn't really excited about that, but I know tons of you were. Obviously the Coke has so much heritage. Now, talk about the things that we do like. Well, obviously we have to see them in the metal first, but the 1908 with the guilloche dial is something to behold. I mean, wow, that thing looks absolutely beautiful. And how about Sky Dwellers on Jubilees? I mean, the comfort is going to be 10/10 on that watch. Can't wait to see one. As you know, I train like a Pokemon collector with these things. Over the next year, I'm going to try and unbox every single new release for the channel, okay? Every single one of them. And last year, we pretty much managed to do it for the 2023 releases. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time to get them in, but we got the world's first Le Mans. Now, let's talk about the yellow gold Le Mans. So much arguments over that watch now. The white gold one, I'm so proud. We sold so many of those watches. I unboxed the first one on YouTube. I think it was my first viral video, and I'm so thankful for your support, guys. So that yellow gold Le Mans is crazy. I've got a mad theory coming your way. How about this, okay? What if they discontinue the yellow next year and make a rose, okay? So rose gold Le Mans next year, and then the year after platinum to say goodbye to the range. How mad would that be? Who knows? Let's find out, okay? My weapon of choice for Watches and Wonders is the incredibly special 116506 with the Hindu Arabic dial. And the reason behind my choosing for this year is that it was extremely special watch, okay? And I just thought to myself, you're not going to see that watch at Watches and Wonders, and that's something pretty cool, because obviously I'm going to be bumping into all my peers, I'm going to be bumping into loads of you guys, and I wanted to make sure I had something special with me to give it the official Watcher's way. Lastly, to wrap up Rolex, I'm not going to talk about everything, but deep sea, full yellow gold, bluesy monster, whatever it is, that's incredible. I know it's going to be totally mad. It's probably going to weigh a kilo. It's going to be like a dumbbell on your wrist, okay? Now, I've been going to the gym a lot, and I'm hoping my 2025 wrists can pull that watch off, but I think for now it's just Arnie and Sylvester. So, yeah, I'll catch that one next year, I hope. It's just going to be mad. Also, I heard the retail's like really high on that watch, so who is that for, man? I honestly don't know, but I can't wait to see it. And then, you know, I suppose actually last thing I'll touch on with that watch, everyone thought the Deep Sea Challenge was crazy. We've been selling them like sweets, okay? So they're hugely popular with the collectors. So let's see, but it's definitely the most controversial release. It surely has to be. I know I keep using that word, but I don't really have any other way to sum up a full yellow gold deep sea, okay? Day dates now. The green day date, okay? It reminds me of when I had 15202 PT, the Platinum Royal Oak. Look at the dial on a Platinum Royal Oak 15202 PT. I've got pictures of it on the one that we had on Instagram. Sick watch. And I think the dial looks exactly the same. It's kind of like that smoked emerald green. So really, really cool. And I'm going to say something crazy, which is I think it knocks off the olive, and I haven't even seen it yet. Okay, so I prefer it to the olive already, but that's on the renders. Let's get it in the metal and make sure. And I know how much the UK loves the olive. So guys, I'm so sorry, but I've got to be honest, right? That's what it's all about. And actually, I think that green might be slightly better. Blue one's lovely too. As you know, I'm a big white gold guy, so white, gold and blue would absolutely be an Oscar watch. So let's move on. I think that's pretty much new Rolex covered. Obviously, we can't talk about every single model. Did you see how many 36mm day dates they made? Hundreds. I can't even get started on them. So let's cover those at the show. Hopefully, we're going to see absolutely everything there anyway. Moving on to Patek, okay? The 5980 is the biggest shocker, okay? I'm going to come out and say it. I don't like the denim strap, okay? Loads of you do. I don't. I'll tell you why. Firstly, I mean, look, it's a sports watch. You know me, you know I'm obsessed with getting them wet. If that thing's calf skin and it's not waterproof, then, you know, I don't know, man. That's not for me. But we've got to find out. Let's give them the credit where it's due. Maybe Patek have found a way to make it completely waterproof and I'm completely wrong. That's what I like about it. I haven't looked it up. I haven't done anything like that. This is raw and real. We are on our way to Watches and Wonders and we're going to find all this stuff out. So there's a few other Pateks. Obviously, I had to touch on the 5980 first. One last thing on the 5980 is why, I don't know, they didn't put that thing on a full white gold bracelet, because that's what I'd have done. That's what I'd have done every single time, or at least offer the option. So they could have done 5980 G1R or whatever it is, but I would have loved to have seen that. So fingers crossed, we'll get that next year. Did you notice that a lot of the Pateks are all the same color? It's that marine blue. Now, I am a massive fan of that marine blue. I always prefer a blue dial over a black dial. But what I was thinking when I was looking through the whole range of their new releases is there really isn't a lot of choice if you don't like that color. So they've really gone like, you know, what's the saying for poker? They've gone all in, okay, on that color. And he's pretty brave, I have to say. So, I don't know, there's a lot of people maybe a little bit underwhelmed there, but they've definitely stolen the show. Now, if you want to talk about an Oscar watch from Patek, it's going to be the 5520 RG. That is my size, my style. Got so much complications going on. I haven't even fully understood the watch yet, and I need to see it. It's got 4 pushers around it. 4. I mean, honestly, it must have so much going on, and I love a watch like that. I love a busy watch with a lot of complication. 5520 RG was the Patek for me, but I've got to see it in person before I make my decision. Okay, lastly, just off the top of my head, Vacheron came out swinging. New overseas, all green. Oh my goodness, okay? Might be a little late to the party on the green, but I have to say, they look incredible. There's one with a GMT complication, which is my absolute favorite complication, so I need to see it. We're gonna get that one ticked, and then, as I said, no more tunnel vision for this channel, okay? We are gonna look at everything. We're gonna look at the wacky stuff. We're gonna look at all of it. I want to see everything, which is why it's a really good thing that we're celebrating the fact that it's actually a full weekend event this year. So they've treated us to an extra day of partying and crazy watches. That was an absolutely amazing journey. The bull pulled us all the way from the Swiss mountains to the Palexpo, where we are finally here for day one of Watches and Wonders. But hang on a second, I can't go in my mountain gear. Let's get a little Watches and Wonders. Hello guys, and welcome to day one of Watches and Wonders. This is the event of the year. Make no mistake, I am so happy to be back here and it feels just like home. Spoke a little bit earlier about not having our tunnel vision, and of course not, but we got to stop at the Crown. It's day one. Let's go and have a look at the Rolexes. So here we have the Sky Dwellers on the Jubilee in the precious metal. As I said, I can't wait to feel the comfort of these things. I've got a really good feeling. It's obviously going to be a very heavy piece, but look at the Jubilee. It's stunning, and I do particularly like the white dial. You might say I'm a bit boring there, but I always have, and I think it's a bit of a sleeper. On the Sky Dwellers, the stainless steel Jubilee is looking crazy. I can't believe how much it's changed the look of the watch. It actually has transformed it. Okay, here we have it. We have arrived at the deep end of the swimming pool with the new Daytonas, all gem set, looking absolutely incredible. When I saw the leaks, I thought the dials might be Tahitian, but they're actually mother of pearl and looking totally amazing. The diamonds are bigger in person, and I'm so happy with that. Look at the size of those things. They look totally beautiful, and I'm in love. Okay, the new day dates. Wow, the dials are so clean. They look amazing, and I'm going to confirm it. Yes, they are incredible. The green smokes out to a deep black, and the blue is as vibrant as I've seen. Got a trio of the turquoise day dates there, looking absolutely beautiful. These dials are really cool. Okay, for the classiest amongst my audience, you've all been asking for it, and here it is, the Platinum 1908 with the guilloche dial. Also, it has an open case back, which you can see below with the movement there. Now, we have had the yellow gold already, and it was a lovely piece. I've reviewed it for YouTube, but this 1908 with the guilloche has taken it to a whole new level. The new GMT Master is here, and I'm so happy to say that it has won me over in the metal. The grey is so much better than I thought. The renders did not do it justice, and yes, I am back on the bandwagon. It is a really cool watch. I'm a little frustrated that it is the only cool stainless steel release, but at the same time, come on, it's beautiful, and we got the new Jubilee on the Sky Dwellers, so let's not be too picky. Here it is, the Deep Sea Bluesy. I'm coining it the 1 kilo dumbbell. I mean, honestly, it is wild. It's just the biggest watch ever, and I can't imagine what it's going to feel like on the wrist. Can't wait to unbox it in Jardin du Mayfair. Okay, the Datejust range is here, and I'm going to say it's a little bit sad this year because this glass window is looking a little bit desperate without the motif dials. That was a really good dial, and a shame out of the Datejust range. That completes our first tour of the Rolex booth. I dare say there will be many more. Last year we walked 22,000 steps, so let's see if we can beat that today. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? A very special client turned friend set me a challenge this year, and I'm going to share it with you. So, I am to pick out one piece only from each brand throughout the show, and we're going to do it together on the video. So Mr. G, this one's out to you, and let's have a think about the Rolex. It's very tricky this year. I know a lot of you are underwhelmed, so let us know in the comments, because actually I've been a sucker for the new pieces, you know that. There are a few things I would have liked to have seen, which I've shared with you on the video. Now, the one for me is probably going to be the mother of pearl sub-dial Daytona with the diamonds. I think it's brilliant. However, I'm going to go on record here and say that this is not including the off-catalogue pieces. It doesn't look like they're going to be here today, but I've seen pictures, and those TRU Daytonas, they need to get to Jardin du Mayfair. Hello everyone, this is a very special day. I've bumped into Kevin Gassimi. I've followed him for a long time, and this is what Watches and Wonders is all about. So Kevin, man, thank you so much.
Pleasure meeting you.
Lovely to meet you too. And Kevin is wearing a lovely piece today.
We're
going to
both
show
wearing
you.
stunning pieces.
Yeah, so. Come on, we're matching today, Kevin.
We got the Platinum Daytona with the
Yeah,
Arabic.
let's go.
Stunning.
And here he is, the legend himself, Paul Thorpe.
This is just awesome.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
To think that this is an empty building, and they actually build all this for the event. It's
I mean, how many millions have gone into this? What was your favourite thing that you've seen today?
Well, we've got a lot of looking around to do still.
Okay.
I would say that at the moment, the new Daytona on the Oyster Flex with the baguette shoulder, with the baguette bezel and the shoulders. I mean, wow.
Right. So you've just picked my favourite Rolex of the day. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see the new Deep Sea Sea Dweller. I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
I think it's going to be like a kettlebell. That.
Well, if I'm going to drown, I want to do it properly. I want to go down the bottom quick. You know.
I didn't think of that. It can help you get down.
It can help you some weight.
Paul, the Deep Sea is round the corner there. So go and have a look.
Oscar, great to see you, mate.
Lovely to see you, Paul.
Pleasure.
Okay, so it's always an honour to visit the Patek Philippe booth. Here are going to be some very special watches. Okay, here's the smaller Aquanaut, and it is a quartz watch, which is very controversial, but it's also got the travel time complications, so quite a lot going on there. Way too small for me, but what a nice piece. Here it is, as discussed, very controversial. It's the new 5980 with the denim strap. Yes, the strap is nice, but it hasn't won me over in person. And the 5164G travel time, this one has absolutely stolen the show from the Nautilus. In my opinion, this year is the year of the Aquanaut. And there you have it, the absolutely bonkers 5268 Aquanaut Luce. My goodness me, 72 baguette cut sapphires, 38 baguette cut diamonds, and 160 brilliant cut diamonds, all in a white gold case. That is something to behold. Okay, the 5738 Golden Ellipse. This could be akin to something that might shock us all, because that bracelet is driving everybody wild here. There's a big queue to see it, and I think this might be the classy piece that people might underrate for this year. Now, I'm going to say something controversial here about the 5330 World Time, because I've said that I don't like the strap on the 5980, but I've realised that I do like the strap, just not on the 5980, because actually it ties in extremely well on the 5330 World Time. So for me, it's not a strap issue, it's more of a compatibility issue for the 5980. The 5396 annual calendar moon phase is looking really cool with the 12 baguette cut diamonds. Wasn't expecting baguette cut diamonds on that. Beautiful, beautiful piece. And last but certainly not least, the 24 gets that beautiful treatment of that wild purple. It's really something, and that is a top women's piece. Okay, the 5160 retrograde perpetual calendar. This is handcrafted. Much like the Sky Moon Tourbillon, you can see all this beautiful crafting around the case, and it's just a total work of art. Here we have it, the hot runner for my firm favourite, the 5520 alarm travel time. And it's ticking all the right boxes for me. Look at the size of this thing. That is an Oscar watch. Okay, the 5236 perpetual calendar, got a lot of information going on there, but the salmon is driving me wild. Love the moon phase, and I think that that is a cracker of a watch. Okay, Patek are pulling out all of the stops here with the Aquanaut Luce minute repeater. 779 multicoloured baguette cut sapphires totaling 45 carats. 131 baguette cut diamonds. Imagine this set, truly fit for a queen. Okay, no trip to Watches and Wonders would be complete without coming and paying honour to the 6002 Sky Moon Tourbillon. I've got the canvas hanging in my store for a reason, and it's because that thing deserves all the attention that it gets. that wraps up the Patek Philippe booth, and I'm going to come out and confirm it right now. I'm sticking to my guns. My absolute favourite is the 5520 alarm. Guys, we are here with the man, the myth, the legend. It is none other than Roman Sharf. Roman, how is it going, man?
Oh, it's going wonderful.
I watched Roman before I was even in the industry. And Roman, can I ask you today, what was your favourite thing that you've seen?
So I've been here 3 nights so far. I spent the first 2 days actually outside of Watches and Wonders. I went and visited all the independents. If you notice what I'm wearing is I'm wearing an Audemars Piguet and I'm wearing an Urwerk, right? And the point of what you're seeing here is the following, right? I think over the last 3-4 years during the craze, a lot of the watch collectors have gotten away from what our hobby is all about. It's about the passion for watchmaking. It's about history. It's about pedigree. It's about continuing to push the boundaries forward as a watchmaker. It's not about the dollar signs. It's not about how much is my Rolex going to be worth in 5 years.
Yes.
So what I did is I put on my favorite brand, which is Audemars Piguet, a brand known for its high complications, known for its history going back a long time.
Yeah.
And I put on what I feel is one of the leading independent watchmakers, which is Urwerk, which is only about 25 years old. They started in the late 90s. If you merge the two, you get the best of both worlds. You get the history, you get the heritage, but you also get the innovation and what the industry should be about, which is true innovation, watchmaking, horology at its finest.
Yeah.
The minute that you're able to merge these two. I don't have a magic wand to do so,
No.
but this is my concept today.
If anyone could do it, it would be you.
Yeah.
We've been talking about something on our channel, which is that we don't want to have something we were calling tunnel vision anymore. So we don't want to just focus on Rolex, AP, Patek every day, all the time. We want to broaden our horizons because some of the things that these guys are doing in these up and coming brands is absolutely incredible.
It's absolutely bonkers. But I will say this, to be fair to the big boys, they're actually right behind us.
They are indeed.
Patek, right? And because I had this conversation with Nico just earlier when he was like, saying, I'm tired of brands doing the same thing over and over and over. I said, Nico, you have to remember one thing. I'm in the business of selling watches. And I can't shy away from the fact that 35% of my business last year was Rolex.
Of course.
Right? So I have to pay respect to a brand that's made it that far. And not to sit there and say, oh, you're making the same thing over and over.
Absolutely. Roman, man, thank you so
problem.
much.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate it.
Of course, anytime.
Me and Roman had spoken off camera a couple of weeks ago, and I should be going to Philly at some point to do some stuff with you there. So
you got it, bro.
I'm looking forward to
I
it.
look forward to
Hey,
seeing you
thank
there.
you so
Take
much.
care.
Thank you. Hello everyone, we are having such a special day. This is a pinch yourself moment for me. We've just had a big long interview with Roman. I am here at Ulysse Nardin to meet Matthew Haviland, the managing director of Ulysse Nardin, who invited us here to see the new Freak. Guys, I am absolutely honoured to have been invited by Matthew Haviland, the managing director of Ulysse Nardin, to see these amazing pieces. I've probably butchered the pronunciation, but I've done my very best. Matthew, lovely to meet you, my friend.
Likewise, thank you very much for visiting
Thank you for
us.
having us. It means the world to me.
So, I guess you're familiar with the Freak.
I am
Freak
indeed.
is I would say, the icon of independent watchmaking. So we've launched the first Freak S back in 2022. And we are launching this year the second version. The first one has been sold out. It was a limited edition of 75 pieces.
Nice.
And we are launching this year the second reference, which I believe is really special because, you know, everyone in the watch industry are talking about heritage and innovation. But actually, we've got here a product that really combines both because you've got the best of the unique UN technology. And at the same time, we managed to combine that with one of the most ancestral métiers d'art, the guilloche.
Wow. Yeah, the guilloche is incredible.
It is the only watch having two escapements being automatic.
Okay.
You've got, you know, François Paul Journe, who did the Resonance. You've got also Armin Strom, who has that similar kind of concept. But they are all manual wind because it requires a lot of energy to power.
Okay.
But because we've developed and patented in 2017 the grinder, that's the one in the back, it's the most effective automatic winding system in the industry.
It looks it.
It's twice more powerful than a regular rotor. And therefore, thanks to the grinder, we're able to have that mechanism being automatic.
Wow, fantastic. And how do you set the time?
So the way you set the time would be through the little lever with the freak indication.
Ah, okay.
And you're gonna set the time through the bezel.
Ah, wow.
I absolutely love the case also. You know, the way I love to look at it is also this way.
Yes.
I like the shape.
I can see that.
Like in cars, you know, I like to see the cars, you know, like a nice 911 from the side. I like the shape from the side. I love the shape of that watch.
Yes.
It's also high tech, so you've got a combination of titanium, carbonium with gold, and here the bezel is a titanium that has been coated in DLC. And I think the overall aesthetic is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. There's no doubt about it. I would love to review one of these pieces. I think they're very, very special, and I'm sure my audience would love to see one. So thank you so much. It means the world, man.
Thank you very much.
Day one of Watches and Wonders is a wrap. We have walked 3 miles in this show. Daylight is slightly getting away from us now, so I'm going to celebrate the fact that this is a good long couple of days show, and we're going to go and do something very special, a review of the 116506 in the Lamborghini Urus. What better wrist candy for Watches and Wonders? This is one of the dons of the Daytona range. Utterly recognisable, but something a little special about it. It's none other than the Rolex Daytona 116506 in platinum with the Hindu Arabic dial. This watch is specifically made for the Middle Eastern market, and rumour even has it that it can only be bought in 2 boutiques in the region. It is an off-catalogue piece, which in short means unless you're one of the brand's top clients, and I dare say top spenders, which is probably a pretty hard list to top in the UAE, then there's no chance of getting your hands on one. All factors combined, there are very few of them out there, which is why I thought it would make a great ally for my trip here to the motherland. Daytonas, and day dates in fact, with these particular dials are extremely sought after by collectors who are looking to have something a little bit special on top of their already incredible collection. This is a reference 116506 with a full platinum case and bracelet, which, as well as being reassuringly present on the wrist, is also exceptionally durable, as when platinum scratches or marks, the metal is displaced rather than lost, so wear rate on platinum pieces is minimised in comparison to other precious metals. The heavy metal giveaway on these watches is always the ice blue dial, which is reserved solely for Rolex platinum pieces. If you see a white gold or steel Rolex sporting an ice blue dial, it's aftermarket and best avoided. Platinum is also one of the purest metals, comprising of 95% platinum and 5% cobalt. One of its most interesting properties is that despite being a precious metal, it is exceptionally durable, more so than gold. Not to mention the weight on the wrist, which feels outright decadent. I'm going to go ahead and say after about 3 days on my wrist, it probably feels like maybe 3 stainless steel subs. The ice blue dial matches perfectly with the silvery platinum. The numerals create flashes of light across the dial due to their lack of lume and mirror polished finish. The deep chocolate Cerachrom bezel adds a layer of both protection and contrast with the subdial rings. Looks-wise, this is an absolute belter of a watch, but the movement is genuinely something else. When Rolex finished its run of Zenith Daytonas in 2000, it introduced the fully in-house caliber 4130, which, in my opinion, is just about one of the finest chronograph movements ever built, and not just by Rolex. At the time, it was hugely innovative, with a 72-hour power reserve thanks to an oversized mainspring barrel. To put that into vague context, it took another 20 years before the 72-hour power reserve trickled down to the Submariner range. The 4130 is a column wheel chronograph movement with vertical clutch that used 77 fewer parts than the Zenith El Primero, and it uses 12 screws as opposed to 40. So, fewer parts equal fewer problems, and that equals less maintenance. The rotor is mounted on ceramic ball bearings for efficiency and decreased maintenance. The chrono clutch is vertical as opposed to horizontal, which completely did away with the stutter and lag when starting the timer. The Cow 4130 was also the first Rolex movement to receive the parachrom hairspring, which is made from niobium and zirconium, and it's anti-magnetic, unaffected by temperature, and 10 times more resistant to shocks. More to the point, the stability of this new breed of hairspring increased precision, enabling +2, -2 timekeeping and superlative chronometer status. Apologies if I've bored you with some of the details, but there is no use in having an aesthetically pleasingly designed watch without the movement inside to match. I hope you've enjoyed this review as much as I have making it for you. What a location this is. It's absolutely crazy. End of day one, and we are now off to our lovely hotel. We are here on the morning of day 2. We found this beautiful cafe right on the lake here in Geneva. This place is so beautiful. Today, I want to explore some of the different brands. I don't want to just look at Rolex and Patek again and get that tunnel vision that I mentioned earlier. So let's go and see some wild and wacky stuff today. Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 2 of Watches and Wonders. We've got here nice and early, but as you can see, it's really busy already. There's a hum in the air and everybody is here to see all their favorite watches all over again. We've got Tudor behind us, so we're going to pop in and have a look there, and we've got a lot of other brands to get ticked off the list for day 2. Okay guys, we're here at Tudor. Once again, they've absolutely outdone themselves. Just like last year, their stand is incredible. Now, I want to say a few things about Tudor because this year, Tudor have released a lot more stainless steel models, and people are saying maybe that is possibly why the Crown didn't release as many, because we saw all precious metals and just that GMT from the Crown, so possibly it was to pave the way for Tudor bringing in all their stainless steel models. Now, you know my thoughts on Tudor. If you watch this channel, I'm a huge fan. I do genuinely believe that they are such high quality for the money that you pay. I had a Black Bay GMT when I was a young man. The movement in it was incredible. It ran better than most of my Rolexes, and I have to say, they are doing better and better things all the time. So congratulations, Tudor, for pushing the boundaries at the level that you're at. I think that these things are great. And as I say, they've outdone themselves on the stand because you can actually try these things on just like so. And I think it's so well done. This is the Alinghi chronograph. It's the Red Bull Racing one. I've actually considered buying this watch. I really, really like this watch. I think it makes for a great weekend piece. The only thing I can't get my head around is the strap. The strap isn't my style, I'm going to be completely honest. So I'm wondering if you could put it on a rubber, because if you could, then it might be a real contender for a weekend piece. Lovely, lovely watch. The way that they present all these things is incredible. For example, they actually have a piece of carbon here that you can touch and feel to get an idea of what the case is made of and how it would feel. Titanium, again, they have it to touch, have it to feel, explaining why it's so lightweight. And they have an excellent way of seeing through a magnifying glass to see the case back of the Tudor Alinghi. This guy is an Olympic sailing world champion, and he was born in 1996. That is a way to make you feel old. Hey, Giancarlo, how's it going, man? Nice to see you.
How are you? Welcome.
Yeah, very well. This is Giancarlo from Tudor. We saw him last year and he talked us through. So thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Year after year.
Yeah, we keep coming back. We never stop.
Exactly. We have a lot of novelties today, so we will start with the gold one, right?
Yes, please.
So
yes.
Here you are. If you remind, we got like the old model in gold.
Yes.
Coming with two straps, the leather one and the NATO. The NATO is this one, the famous one made in France, all right? With our partnership.
Yeah.
This year we decided to make it in full, all right? So this is crazy good. This watch is gorgeous. The first thing changing between the old one and the old one is like here you can see like the open case on the back.
Yeah, nice.
You can see the movement is make the touch more gorgeous, all right?
Of course.
Only 193 grams.
Wow.
For a full one is very, very cool and easy to wear.
Nice.
If you look on the side here, you can see some little white balls.
Yes, yes.
These ones are in ceramic.
Ah.
Why? Because when you are opening and closing all the time, it's making more soft.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The fact is to be able to be for the first to the last use the same quality.
Yes.
This is some novelty as well.
Yep.
GMT. Totally revised. Totally. We got the last year the opaline one. Do you remember?
I love the opaline. I love it.
Shining metallic tight.
Beautiful.
With 41 millimeters, and the thickness was 14.6.
Yes.
But we got some feedback. People said, you know, it's maybe too big.
I'm
not
aware.
That comfortable.
Yeah.
Tudor, listen, everyone.
Yeah.
We take the feedback. We try to improve.
Yeah.
We there, and what we do? We redo totally the model.
Yes.
From 41 to 39. Yeah. Smaller, thinner, new movement, certified metas, new design, completely new mood. They have his own character.
Yeah.
And we have in rubber and in steel.
Yeah. Listen, Giancarlo, it means the world to me, my friend.
Thank
you so much for your time. I will see you again next year. I'll look forward to it.
We're always here. Everybody is welcome.
Here at IWC, it's absolutely beautiful. They've outdone themselves again this year. They've continued with the water feature from last year, which I really, really love. A watch that's caught my eye here is this. It's an absolute Oscar watch because it's massive. It's an IWC Portuguesa. It's a beautiful perpetual calendar in an obsidian dial, and it's 44 millimeters, my kind of size. Beautiful piece. I just want to say, one of the coolest things I've noticed about walking around Watches and Wonders is it's socially acceptable to simply just stare at everyone's wrist as you walk past. That is really cool, and I've talked to some people with some amazing pieces. Guys, we are here at Piaget. This is the Altiplano. It's a world record setter for the thinnest tourbillon ever made. 2 millimeters thick with a 70-hour power reserve. Comes in at 600,000, but I mean, just look at it. Hey guys, we're here at Cartier, and straight away, before I've even seen the watches, I want to say nicest carpet in any booth. We're here at Cartier. It's absolutely beautiful in here, and these two caught my eye. They are women's watches, and they are totally stunning.
Here we really wanted to play on the unexpected, so we don't really know what animal it is.
Fine, I like that.
So you have the onyx, which is set in inverse,
Yep.
so it has a bit of the reptilian scales almost.
Yes.
But you also have the fur, could be a tiger.
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
a zebra, because we have a black and white version as well.
Yep.
There's no head, there's no tail,
No.
but it's very voluptuous. You can see it's very voluminous.
Yes.
The case.
Yeah.
And we wanted to play on our heritage as watchmaker of shape. So we have the round case with the square inside, like we have on the Pasha.
Yeah.
Like we did also on the first watch in 1912, where we had a panthère motif.
Yes.
It was a round watch with a square inside. Of course, it reminds also a little bit of the pebble.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's really a unique, new interpretation that we have.
Hey, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so
Yes,
much. Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, we've been waiting for this one. We are here at Vacheron, and I'm going to go hunting for these green dials. This year we're seeing the new arrivals of the Overseas in pink gold with the green dial. You've got a chronograph and you've got a jewel time. I'd take the jewel time every time. That about wraps up day 2. It's been an absolute blast. Vacheron, Tudor, Cartier, all amazing. So my picks from those are going to be the Vacheron Overseas Jewel Time with the green dial, and my pick from Tudor is going to be the Alinghi Chronograph Red Bull Racing. Right, that is the end of day 2. We are out now looking for our favourite cigar lounge from last year, and I think we're going to get a bite to eat because we've earned it. I honestly don't know where to start. Our second and final night. It's been absolute horological heaven here at Watches and Wonders. This is the place to be for watch lovers. And Watches and Wonders, I'm gonna say this now, you get better every single year. And just like that, so does our channel. So thank you to all of you, my subscribers. Without you, I couldn't have done any of it. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you for joining me here at Watches and Wonders 2024.